Welcome, Sonic Wall Partners. How you doing? It's Chris Sarlacki coming live here on St. Patty's Day. This is kind of a green shirt, but if you guys want to see some green, I'm going to bring in our leader, our man, Michael Crean, our Senior Vice President of Managed Security Services, and that is a great green shirt. Michael, how you doing today?
Chris, I'm bringing the green today. It's St. Patrick's Day, and you know what? I'm coming in loud.
That's great. I love it. So, hey, you're kind of a celebrity these days. And the reason why I wanted you to bring you in is we've had a lot of updates on our latest findings with Threat Research Report, what's going on in the Middle East. You've been all over Fox News. I think you got some appearances coming up on some other cable networks coming up this week too. And what I thought would be really nice is let's just have a conversation about some news, not only outside of what we're seeing with Threat Research, but some of the key releases in terms of our firewalls and how they've been scored amongst not ourselves, but the industry. And so the goal here is to kind of educate some of our partners to allow them to understand how they can leverage this information moving forward. So with that, first off, NetSecOPEN and GigaOm radar for enterprise firewalls. Talk to us a little bit about how our partners can leverage what was talked about and what it means.
So I think the really important part is anytime somebody gets 100% block rate by an independent organization, that's a huge deal. But not did we just get it this year, but this is 2 years in a row now that through independent testing with NetSecOPEN, we got 100% block rate. That's a big, gigantic deal that we should be really proud of, because sometimes people say, oh, well, you're not Palo Alto, you're not Fortinet, you're not this. Like, none of them have got that same block rate. So this is something really to be proud of and to be able to, take to the customers and say, yes, this is great technology. And for this reason, just one of them.
Great. So everybody on the call, in the email, you're going to see hyperlinks. You guys can go ahead and download the PDF, be able to share that with your customers as you're evaluating not only for, moving to Gen 8 from an upgrade perspective, but also having conversations from, more importantly, the competitive displacement. And as a reminder, with the competitive displacement, we are offering 50% off if it's a net new logo to SonicWall. So that deal res drops from 10K to 5K. Oh my gosh, look at this one. This one, I might make a poster of this one. Michael, you were on Fox News. You were on a Fox News podcast. You were on Fox. Talk to us a little bit. Why were you on it, and what were you discussing?
So the reason I was asked to appear on Fox News is because we had some research that we had done. We were gathering telemetry data, and we were able to see right before Epic Fury took off with the Iran conflict that we started to see what was just about normal pre-strike surging. That 2.5 times was about normal. It was a good baseline, but almost immediately as the bomb started dropping, we saw that there was a huge surge that started to happen. Okay. And then very quickly, it almost went dark. Now, the concern that you have with somebody about like Iran, they have a very mature, very well thought of, aggressive cybersecurity offensive capabilities. And so my fear in this is like, we didn't decimate them in a way that we just completely shut them down. They were going back. They were trying to fly under the radar. They were trying to make sure that we didn't have too much action against them. And always with kinetic warfare where it stands today, it's either going to start with cyber, it's going to happen to go along and coexist with cyber, or it's going on the trailing end. We're going to start seeing more cyber attacks. And one of the things that we had called out in the report that we had listed is that infrastructure, healthcare, and financial, we knew that they were at risk. And it just so happens that we were right. Not the time you really want to be right, but we were. And the Stryker attack happened. What happened with Stryker was, and this was an Iranian group that came in. Now, they maybe try to refer to themselves as a hacktivist. It's well documented that they are well funded by the Iranian government and that they are doing this on their behalf. So what happened with Stryker, unlike you see with the typical ransomware, you see with something else that takes place where it's an extortion event, they're looking for money. This was Wiper. A Wiper malware just comes in and destroys everything. There's nothing that you can do because they don't want money from you. They're just looking for a devastating event. Most Americans just say, well, why should I care? Well, let's talk about it for a minute. The type of medical equipment that Stryker manufactures and produces, and it is used all over the world, They participate in about 130 million medical procedures annually based on the equipment that they produce. What does that come down to? A little over 350,000 procedures a day. Their manufacturing facilities were shut down. They had to send employees home. 5,000 employees in Ireland. They had to send them home. They couldn't do their job. So there is a cascading effect here. So again, where we think this battle is all the way thousands and thousands of miles away from it, it got brought back to our soil. We got attacked. And when you think about the amount of medical procedures that will get delayed in the future, because it will be incredibly difficult for them to pick up manufacturing to make up, even if they stopped manufacturing for just 3 days, it's almost 1 million procedures that they have to try to catch up on. So somewhere along the way, someone in your family is going to need something, want something, and there's going to be a medical procedure that's going to get delayed because of this attack. It became a real concern, and it is a real concern, and we haven't seen the last of it yet.
So, Michael, let me take it that you had a thought pop into my, or I had a thought pop in my head with listening to you talking. So, partners, they know I send you guys all we got the Gen 6 upgrade list. Everybody's getting that, and we still have hundreds of thousands of Gen 6 firewalls that are still pinging, trying to get signature updates, but with no security services. I know in talking with some partners, the message is like, oh, hey, I'm just a small business end user. My end customer saying, I'm just a small business end user. Why should I care? I haven't been breached, et cetera. What's your response, and given our partners here in SoCal and across North America, kind of that messaging on to be able to assist them in terms of educating the customer on why they do need security subscription services?
I mean, look, I think it's our job. First and foremost, Chris, it's your job. It's my job to educate our partners, to help them educate their customers. But we as a nation, we're now being attacked by foreign adversaries here on our soil. We have to make sure that we're prepared. We have to make sure that we're doing our part. We just can't expect the government to do everything for us. You know, they couldn't stop the Stryker attack. There's been so many compromises, really large ones, where big customers have been taken advantage of. It's the fundamentals that matter. It's the basics. Having good services in place that are active, that are getting those signatures, having your firewall configured properly, using good passwords, not weak passwords, using good password managers, using MFA, all of these things, while one of them isn't necessarily just so important by itself, but when you start taking one piece away, but you're doing the other ones, you leave a weakness. It's like locking your front door, but not locking your side door. What's the point? Eventually, somebody's going to come into the house, and it's not going to be hard.
Yeah, no, that's great information. I really appreciate that. With that being said, one kind of fun nugget here again, just a reminder. So as I'm working with all of you to be able to get you leveraging, whether it's our 3 and free replacement program, whether it's activating Michael's team's managed protection security services, again, quick refresher. You can sell either advanced protection services or Michael's SOC or NOC team will go ahead and take advantage and do all the firmware patching updates, best practices in terms of setting up and configuring the firewall after you do the initial installation, and then monitoring that and providing you 30 days worth of reporting. You still get access to be able to come with us and join us at the World Cup. Again, what we're asking you to do is deal registrations, get opportunities in, whether it's a new logo, whether it's a existing one, and we're doing a deal registration. Add Cloud Secure Edge, remote access, big one. MPSS, I was just talking about. Michael's team also with the SonicSentry organization also takes care of email, endpoint, cloud security as well. We're all here to assist you, and we want to be a part of that team moving forward. Again, 2 winners from North America are going to join us from the World Cup perspective. Plus, we're giving away weekly prizes. So again, the link's going to be here for the new customer deal registration. Go ahead and get that in. But with that being said, Michael, I really appreciate your time. I think what we'll do is in the email, we'll have links to not only your Fox News TV show, your podcast, the PDF that was sent out about the Iran attacks. We'll also get the customer information on that. But I appreciate your time. Any last minute words of advice?
No, I think, look, we all have a responsibility, and not to make this political, but there was a president that once said, ask not what you can do, or don't ask what the country can do for you, but what you can do for the country. I think it's our time to participate and try to take care of our country.
Great. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate your time as usual. Partners, we look forward to you. If you need anything, please don't feel to reach out. we're here available whenever you need us. Thanks. Bye.